Once again, welcome to Soul Free, your home for sneaker and street culture, and we are here in the heart of New York City. It's me, Harlan, and our very special guest, the one and only Grandmaster Melle Mel. Sir, how are you feeling?
I never meant to hurt nobody.
No, I'm a good person.
Feeling great, you know what I mean? Enjoying life, and just up here with my man Jordan. We're just doing our thing. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Doing good. And you know, we start every show, right? We talk about a new sneaker.
Okay.
And I know you were just part of a big anniversary.
Yeah.
Very big anniversary. And I would say you were part of it. It's really because of you, this anniversary. And Nike put out a sneaker in honor of that day. It's the Nike Air Force One, the Bronx edition, Hip Hop 50, with the gold record right there on the laces. I mean, this is a beautiful, with the golden anniversary, 50 years, the golden swoosh right there. We got the crushed velvet inside. A beautiful sneaker.
How much those run?
You know what? These weren't bad. These were like $140.
Yeah, I think I got to get a pair of those.
Yeah. What size foot are you?
10.5.
10.5? I got you.
Sure?
I got
I'm
you.
holding to that.
I got you.
You said you was going to buy me 5 pairs. You didn't hear him say that?
5 pairs.
No, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. No, those are hot.
Yep.
Those are crazy.
And these did come from Fat Joe's store, Rich the Player, up NYC, 157th and Broadway. And we're not even charging for that plug. We're doing that for free.
Right. See? Spread love to the community.
Absolutely. And then talking about spreading love, 50 years of hip-hop. You were on the show a couple months ago. We were talking about it a little bit, but taking part in that magical night at Yankee Stadium.
I think it was a great thing. Being from the Bronx, I grew up not too far from there. Just seeing the whole thing come together full circle like that. And not actually with the show that day in itself, when people watched it over on YouTube, and just to see the response that we had from our performance, because we went on a little early, but just to see the response that people had from our performance, it just made me feel like it really is a job well done. Because at the end of the day, when everybody built bricks, we built some big bricks, and we laid a platform for everybody else to lay theirs down. So I think at the end of the day, with the 50 years of hip hop, and Kool Herc was there, that was the one event that because what people don't know is the 50th anniversary is Kool Herc's 50th anniversary. Our 50th anniversary won't be for a couple of years now, but it's Kool Herc's 50th anniversary, and just to see everybody come out and to see the whole thing turn out like that, and almost nothing violent. I mean, everybody just came out to have a good time, and it was a beautiful event, beautiful time. I wish they could do it in maybe 2 or 3 other cities, just to show the impact that same combination of artists would have in another city. And I wish that would happen, but it was a magic moment, and I'm glad we was a part of it.
Yeah, I would have done anything to been at that party with Herc 50 years ago in Sedgwick.
Right.
I think that would have been a time.
Yeah. I was 73. I was. I think
you weren't born yet.
Been,
you weren't born yet.
No, I was like 12, maybe 13.
Yeah,
See. Yeah, but seeing the thing that a lot of people should know and acknowledge about Herc. Herc had the total package, not in '73, but the thing that made Herc. He had the total package. He had the sound system. He had the nicer places. He had the crowd. He had a crew. Timmy Tim, Coke LaRock, Clark Kent, the legendary twins, James Bond, El Dorado Mike, Jazzy Janet. He had a total, complete crew. And that became the blueprint of all the crews that come after that.
Yeah, he even had his sister who made the nice flyer.
Right.
I heard that story.
Yeah. But he definitely laid the blueprint as far as for all the other crews that come after, the Breakouts, the Grandmaster Flashes. He laid the blueprint. So that's why he's he's to this day he's the #1 DJ in hip hop, and that's never going to change, no matter who does what.
Never going to change. Out of the DJs, now obviously he's the originator. He's the #1 DJ of all time. He's the GOAT. Out of other DJs, who tells the story musically the best in your eyes?
Uh,
I mean, there's a lot of great storytellers.
yeah. I wanna say Flash.
Yep.
Because
Yep,
he's done it the longest, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, because he was out at the park about a couple of weeks ago, and
Yeah.
he ended it out with him DJing. He does a pretty good job, because he first of all he understands what DJing is. He's one of the the pioneers, and trailblazers of hip hop. So he tells a story, technically and stylistically with the song. So I would have to give it up to the Grandmaster.
Absolutely. And we are here in the heart of New York City. We're a couple miles away from where your career started, up in the Bronx.
Right.
Can you share? Do you have that one pinch me moment? The first party you guys played where the place was dripping. When a party's so good the walls are even sweating.
Right.
When was that first time when the walls were sweating? When you looked at your crew and said, "Yo, we got this is real. We got something." Do you remember that moment?
Well, I believe that one moment for us, that breakout moment, was the first time that we went in the Audubon Ballroom. And I think that was on like 156th Street, or in Harlem, Audubon Avenue, I believe it is, Broadway, right up there. So the Audubon Ballroom was known for Malcolm X. He had got shot in the Audubon.
Yeah.
So we did our first party there. Now it's seated in a comfortable seat setting. It fit about 1,300, maybe 1,500 people.
Mm-hmm.
So now we went in there without chairs, with no radio played. We just passed out the flyers, and we packed the Audubon. It was totally packed. So it had to be at least 2,000, 2,500 people. And it rotates. People was coming in and out all night, and it was so packed that when you go to the middle of the dance floor, you could literally like this, the whole floor. And that was, at that time, that was the biggest party as far as numbers that anybody ever thrown. And we did it by ourselves in the Audubon Ballroom.
Isn't that crazy thinking back now? You guys went out, your crew went out, you handed out flyers. There was no RSVP.
No.
There was no, hey, like this post if you're coming to the party. Right? It was all on vibe. It was all on feel. It was such a different accomplishment then than it is today when 10 million people at your fingertips any time, put out an invitation. No. There's something about the art of handing out a flyer, giving it to somebody, and them feeling that, and then coming and taking part in your vision.
Right, because see, the main thing was what made a successful party back in the day. It was word of mouth, but the parties was good. It was good music, and it was no real drama. It was just a good time party. And when you came out of parties back in the day, you was dripping with sweat because you had so much a good time dancing all night. And when I was even in my b-boy days, but you had such a good. You really extended energy. You really partied.
Yeah.
Which is a little different from right now. They go to a party, it's more like a networking thing, it's more social, so you don't get the burn up type energy. But that was the beauty of the whole thing, just coming out and literally you wringing out your t-shirt, because that's how much fun you had, that's how much you was partying. I mean, those times, if we could ever come close to bringing those times back, I think hip-hop would be on the right track.
Yeah. I think we should do it. I think we should do a Knights of Columbus show. I think we should just take a hall and we should just throw it out.
No, you know what?
We should do it.
And I was talking to a couple of the guys about that. For this, especially for this 50th anniversary, minus all the big shows that they do, but we should do the most important show. Like for us, we do it. We do the show. You got all the entertainment. The people come out. And let's have a good time like that. But it's on us.
Yeah.
It's not on, nobody hiring us. We don't got to hire us. We're just going to come down like how we would come down for the love and put the show together and rock out just like that.
I got to tell you, with all the events and all the hype around Hip Hop 50, I saw you turn up with Chuck and Flavor Flav at a park in the Bronx for the Hip Hop Museum.
I didn't know you was there.
I wasn't there. I was watching on that internet we were talking about.
Yeah.
But that was crazy.
Yeah, that was. I mean,
was
just
crazy.
being on stage with Chuck and Flav. But I think there's something in that. I mean, I was talking to a few people like, I think that's a record there. I think that's something they won't be able to front on. Chuck D and Melle Mel, Flavor Flav, Scorp, the Furious. You know what I mean? Probably throw a KRS in there.
Yeah.
I think that because the main thing is when they mix up relevancy with current.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know if the new style artists are more current than they are relevant. I think we are less current and more relevant.
Absolutely.
So all we have to do, we put something out and be current, and then there's no major difference between us and them. Because that's what they try to put a divide. There's no divide between music except a good song and a bad song. Mm-hmm. So now you can make a bad song seem good, but that's only momentary. Good songs last forever. The message lasts forever. Rappers are like forever. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. But you have to be current, because they, like I said, they mix up relevancy with being current. And I think that's the bridge. We have to cross that bridge or build that bridge, and then hip hop will be on the right track, because it's all on the same plane, instead of saying, oh yeah, well those guys are old and we're new, but the girl still did the song with the message in it, and it was her biggest song, because the song is still relevant. It all depends on, mentally, as far as right now, it all depends on who does it. But at the end of the day, it's still the same song.
And there's something to be said about great art, whether it's painting, whether it's hip hop, whether it's film, and to see the relevance of your music still today, of some of the guys we were just talking about, KRS-One, Public Enemy, even Fat Joe we were just talking about. The message continues. I like to make the comparison, and we had Spike Lee on the show a couple months back, and I said, how exciting and how sad at the same time that a movie like Do the Right Thing is so relevant still to this day, where you still have those things going on. And I think the music you guys made is just timeless. I don't know if we have that as much. From today's artists. But I want to thank you. I want to thank you on behalf of all of us fans for making such relevant, timeless music.
Oh, thank you.
Art.
And we still, it never stops. And I always say, in this business, you never retire.
Yeah.
There's always something to do, even if you ain't doing nothing. Just being a part of the song, singing the song, showing up when the song is playing. It's always, you're always going to be a part of it. And I think our mission in hip hop and our job in hip hop is, is still ongoing, and is an unfinished masterpiece. And every step that we take is going to be another page in the history books.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep it going and have a good time with it.
Keep it rolling, man.
There you go.
And I got to ask you, one of the most stylish dudes, flat out, in hip hop history. Grandmaster Melle Mel right here. Back in the day, you're a young kid, you're in your teens. Was there a sneaker that you had to have back then? Were you a Clyde guy? Were you an Adidas kid? What was the shoe that you had to have on your foot?
It was definitely the Clyde. Yeah.
The suede Pumas?
Yeah, the suede Pumas. Even to this day, some of my best sneakers are them Clyde Pumas.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was actually the first hip hop shoe.
Mm-hmm.
The Pumas with the fat laces, and then it went on with Adidas, and now it's Nikes. But the Clyde Puma was the first, because it was suede. You had to treat those like the suede brush. You had to do a lot to upkeep them sneakers.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. Clyde Puma.
Love it.
Big shout out Clyde.
Yeah. What's up, Clyde? So we do something fun on the show, right? So we like to go back in time, go back to the catalog, and before you said, your days as a b-boy. All right. So you were on a soundtrack for a movie. I'm gonna reach off camera. This is like film magic right here. Beat Street, the film that kind of showed the entire culture to the world. This was the first. This was the first look that a white kid from the middle of Ohio got at what a b-boy was. And so what I like to do, I'm going to ask you to go back to your roots. talk about this album while you tag this. Like, did you maybe do a little graffiti when you were a b-boy? We're not talking to anybody right now. It's been 7 years. You're good. But we're gonna ask you to tag this up while you talk about this record.
Well, the main story behind the Beat Street record was we weren't actually supposed to be in Beat Street. Mm-hmm. I was supposed to do the song, and the song was supposed to be done by I forget the guy's name, but the guy that played the lead in Beat Street, he was supposed to do the song. I was just supposed to write the song, and the song came from having a conversation with Harry Belafonte. So for those who don't know who Harry Belafonte is, he was, a legendary actor. He was a singer as well. He was the first guy to have an open shirt, to be on screen with a white woman. So he was an activist as well as an entertainer. And me knowing his roots and his history, and just having a conversation with him, one of the most eloquent speakers, so everybody was transfixed. Sylvia put on her biggest diamond ring, and we all sat down and had dinner. Joe Robinson stayed in Jersey because he was mad because Sylvia was going to go see Harry. You know what I mean? It was just like crazy, like the kind of effect that the whole situation had. So now just sitting down with Harry Belafonte and having a conversation. And that was the inspiration for what I said in the record. Because if you listen to the record and if you look at the movie, two totally different things.
Right.
I was just going by what the conversation was that I had with Harry and all the things that he was saying, and then that's how it came out in the record. But it would have been a totally different record had I not have had that conversation with Harry Belafonte, and that was one of the most cherished moments even to this day in my hip hop history. Actually sitting down and having a conversation with Harry Belafonte, because that's almost like having a conversation with Michael Jackson and Martin Luther King all at the same time. You know what I mean? Is that much that I took from it, and it actually added to my skill set as far as being a rapper and an entertainer.
That's incredible. That's incredible. And that record is looking so much nicer right now.
Yeah.
That's looking real nice. But my guy, we'll show this off right there. All right, this is going in the archives nicely. We're gonna hand that back off. And Mel, thank you.
Harlan, thank you, my brother.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
This is what we do.
All
We're
right.
gonna have to do this more often. We're gonna have to go up NYC, get you some sneakers now.
No, we gotta.
Yeah, I got you.
I heard he said he was gonna buy me 25 pair.
Yeah, 25 pair, freshly laced.
With alternate laces also.
No,
Yep,
those sneakers,
right there.
that's wow.
Yeah,
Those are awesome.
with the Gothic AF1 across the back.
Nice.
So
No, that's awesome.
yeah, we're gonna get those nice for you.
Yeah.
Once again, we'd like to thank Optics, Porsche of Huntington, all the people who help make this show happen every week. Hugo Boss, Notorious Pink, and of course, Grandmaster Melle Mel in the house.
I never meant to hang no bang.
I love everybody. Make sure you download this and all of our shows on iHeartRadio, all the major podcast platforms, on YouTube TV, and about 100 other OTT platforms. And check me out on Instagram, the official Harlan, and you know where to find this guy, Grandmaster Melle Mel.
In New York, baby.
Peace.